Hello. Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194, and I hope you're having a great day, and I appreciate you stopping in. And we're here back in Low Fuel Motorsports server. It's here at Suzuka. I'm in the Porsche, trying to see what, trying to improve my rating. I mean, that's the main goals. You know, have finish, no wrecks, no incidents. I qualified 6th in the Porsche, which is, I think, pretty good here because it's really tough on this car since, you got 2 big long straightaways, and I'm probably the slowest car on the straightaway. So I think I did pretty, decent. I don't know where the other guy is outside pole. I thought maybe he didn't make it. I don't know. We'll see what we can do, though. We're going to have to work our fanny off. Especially with this Porsche.
Green line, go, go, go. Yellow flag in sector 3.
Decent start. I gotta be right planted up the BMW's rear end. Dang. Tough, very hard. I'm already losing touch. Doggone it. Couple little small errors, all it takes. not taking that corner well at all. Keep pushing. Man.
Gaining on the driver ahead in sector 3. Well done, mate. Personal best.
I'm on the absolute limit. Well, the Bentley lost out to the BMW behind me. Don't forget about my giveaway coming up this weekend. Brand new Fanatic 2.5X wheel with the new quick disconnect. All you gotta do is make a comment in the video coming up this weekend, and you're entered. Surrounded by BMWs. He's catching me. Yeah, he's fast.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Giving it everything I got. Man, this is intense. This is tough.
Losing to the car ahead in sector 1. We are halfway through, not over yet.
I guarantee I'm the slowest car here in the straightaway too. Dang it, didn't get a drive I wanted. Yeah, left front's getting hot. That guy behind me is hooked up. Yeah, he is strong. hot too. Yeah, track is hot. Nothing like it was with the AMG. I mean, it was pretty much perfect conditions. Well, it's hot now. Track's like mid-30s. That's better. That was better through here. What a race. Woohoo! I'm gonna start taking extra vitamins or something. Dang it. Started pushing, understeering. He's gonna get me now.
On the left.
I had to let up.
Clear on the left.
Yeah, I had to let up because it made me understeer. No, nothing I could do about it. Plus being behind him. I didn't want to hit him, so. Yeah, he's hooked. I mean, this guy's hooked up in this BMW. For sure. Look out. Guarantee they're not working as hard as I am either. BMW is very easy to drive for these cars.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
He's gonna get right back up on him again. This guy's really fast, so. again. I think, well, no, the AMG's leading. So, somebody else other than the BMW. He is super loose. I ran wide. Yeah, he is super loose.
Warning for exceeding track limits. Sector 1.
He's gone. That wasn't his fault. The guy slipped and there's nothing he could do. He's right on his butt, so that wasn't his fault. That's the problem. When you're that loose, you better be careful of somebody behind you because, I mean, with being that loose, all it takes is you just go sideways a little bit and somebody's right on you, they're in you. They got you. And it's really not his fault. He's probably going to pull away. Two more laps after this. Fighting this thing. Tires are getting greasy. Yeah, he's easing away now. Of course, we do it. I'm going to do things different now as far as the end of the race here. When we get to the end of the race, get back to the pits, and I'll just go ahead and go out and come back from here, and then we'll go over the setup. If you haven't watched the AMG video, basically I can go over and I can double check things and make sure things are right. And that way I don't have to come out with another video. Good for you, good for me. And we can go over the setup at that time. Saves a little bit of time. I'm happy. I think the car did all right. Again, it's really hard here. I mean, it's these two big long straightaways. It's definitely not conducive to this car. And I got a high downforce package on this thing, so it's even worse. But I've run the better than I ever have. So I actually ran faster than I did before the update. So. I mean, in this car, I mean, not my all-time personal best, but I mean, as far as the best I did with this car here, I ran better than that. Tires aren't bad.
Alright, race is over. Good job, mate. You did your best to bring it back to the pits.
Yeah. Been nice if I could have got on the podium again, but I still moved up 2 positions, so I started 6th. I think it was 6th. I think it was 6th. It'll tell me here at the end. Oh, when I look it up on the page. Look at that. Got an AMG in the front, 2 BMWs, and a Porsche. So again, I'll meet you back here, and we'll go over the setup. And I'm back, and we're here at Suzuka, and just been doing some laps and doing some tweaking and adjusting and trying different stuff. So let's get to it. Again, if you haven't seen the other AMG video, this is how I want to go forward, especially with the, I'll probably do it in the CP server also. I just want to do it with all these, and that way it'll cut down on the time for videos, and you guys won't have to be waiting for another video, especially, you know, I want to make sure everything is right, and the pressures, and any little tweaks or things that I see during the race. So again, let's get going. And we're going to make a lap here, and then we'll go over the setup and some things to watch out for. So you see I did like 22 laps, tried some different things. Some things worked, some things didn't. And of course, I have no draft help, obviously. So, you know, in the race, I was drafting some. See, that was a 2:01.88, which I think is a good time for the Porsche. Of course, I have the same fuel load that I had in the race. It's like 46 liters. Of course, up here again, you know, like we talked about with the AMG, this corner is really tough, and you need to, you know, be able to go really hard in on the brakes, rotate it, and drive off. So again, I think I learned that with the AMG, and basically, I don't think I was. I think I could do better still through here, but at least I wasn't losing my shirt going through here anyway. Now coming through this double left, um, it, it's such a tricky turn. It's slick. At least it feels slick. It's slick. It's off camber, and it'll bite you. I mean, it looks like a really easy turn, and the next thing you know, you're off in the dirt. So I mean, you got to really feather it going through here and not overdrive it, and hold it to the inside and let the thing drive out. So I mean, obviously, need to get the good drive going down this back straightaway. So it's really important. And I tried a couple things with the diff, and it just the problem is that when you do that with the diff, one way works really good on these corners, and the other way works better at the other end of the straightaway at that fast left-hander. So you're trying to find a balance between the two. So I like with the less diff, but like I had in the race, I had at 40, but to be honest with you, when the tires start wearing, you start losing some drive and things like that. So I think it's unlocked for too long a time. So basically, I tried both 40 and 50 and pretty much stuck with 50. So you just got to be careful going through here. Try to hold it tight and then start feeding the gas in and just let it run right out and get as much speed as you can down the straightaway. Now, you saw I was able to hold them off. I mean, I had the Bentley all over me. I had some guys that were right there. But, I mean, he got to go through here. And basically, I just lift off a little bit. I mean, I just kind of breathe off it and get it right back in it again. So that's that's how you handle that. So you're still very, got to be able to be fast through there. Because, I mean, you're giving up speed down the straightaway to everything. So you got to drive the Porsche like the Porsche. And it wasn't the fast lap, but it was really close. But I think the car actually felt better. I was a 201.49. You see I ran a 201.45. And that was just a little bit different setup. But this one felt a little bit more driver friendly. So let's go to the setup. And again, before we get started, please don't forget about the giveaway coming up. Again, this weekend, the Fanatic V2.5X and the hub that goes with it. Of course, it's got both ones attached already to the wheel, the regular one, and then it's got the newer. I got the newer one that they're going, the new generation that they're going to go to. Either way, but I mean, it should fit any wheelbase. So, but all that is just a giveaway in the video coming up this weekend, and all you got to do is comment in the video. That's all you got to do, and you're in for the drawing, and I'll let you know who wins. But let's get to the setup. And what we got, we have 25.8 left front, 25.7 left rear, 25.8 right front, and 25.7 left rear. The toe is negative 0.04 with the camber at negative 3.6 and the caster at 9. Those, you can go negative 3.7 either way. 6.5 dozen the other. I didn't really see any difference in performance. It's more in how the car feels. So either way is good. The toe is 0.04 on the rear with the camber and that should be negative 3.1. So I like it better there. So negative 3.1 on the camber on the rear. Electronics are 3, 6, and 3. Of course, fuel, I just put 80 liters, but I was running with 46. And you can see the wear is really good. I mean, 281, 280, 279, 280. I mean, the wear is pretty even. So I think that's really, really good. Mechanical got 5 on the anti-roll bar, 54 on the brake bias. I turned that down a little bit because I think you're giving away too much in the very beginning, the first couple laps. So I turned it down. You just remember the first lap and a half, just be a little easier. Make sure you're braking straight and things like that. Don't try to trail brake and go into a corner and all those kinds of things until your tires get some temperature. You can go down to 53 if you need to. Steering ratio turned all the way down. Now this is where I changed the setup from the race. The springs are 127,000, which is one click down from where it was, and that's to get some more grip in the car. I mean, basically, the suspension isn't, from what Motec was telling me, from what everything I was looking at, it's not traveling as much. So you want as much travel as you can get to a certain extent, but I'm not getting enough. So I went softer in the front, and that's to get some more travel, and it helps. And also, especially in the slower corners and things like that, it gets you more of the mechanical grip. So that, especially the hairpin and those S's and all those things kind of things, it helps to get that front end to grip. So that's why I did that. The bump stop rate is 800, and the bump stop range is 3. Now I did try to soften the bump stops, and that didn't work. I think the car was moving around too much. Yeah, it was allowing the car to rotate around too much, and it just didn't work. So I had to go back to where it was. On the rear, the springs are 162,000, and that is one click down from where it was in the race. And the reason, the same reason, it was not getting near enough travel in the rear suspension. It doesn't have to get as much as the front, but it still needs to get some kind of travel, and it was not getting near enough. So again, that's grip. So I went ahead and did that, and that's again to help get grip coming off the corners. I mean, you want this thing to hook and go coming off the corners. That's one of the biggest advantages of the Porsche. And if you lose that, you're in trouble. You're just pretty much, getting maybe shot down out of the air. So you really got to be able to hook it up and go coming off of the corners, especially any of the slow ones. So that's the reason why I dropped that. And also both of these, it helps go over the big curbs and things like that. If you go over those, it helps with that. The bump stop rate is 600 on the rear with the bump stop range of 15. And again, some tighter bump stops. One reason is because these some really fast turns, and you got to keep that car in its position. It can over rotate, or the body can move around more than you want it to, and that'll instigate something else. So you got to keep the car to aero balance right. So you want to be able to, and that's another thing. I mean, if you're tightening up the bump stops, you want to be able to try to run a softer spring, so you can be able to do things like that, but you don't want to run a real hard spring and then run a real tight bump stop, because then it's going to be like pretty much no travel movement at all. So basically, that's why I did that. And of course, I'm going off of what Motec's telling me, so I can the gauge and get as close as I can to a sweet spot. The anti-roll bar is 4, and the preload on the diff is 50, and both of those are changed. I had it at 3 and the preload at 40. So again, a lot of times these go hand in hand. When you increase the preload, a lot of times you need to increase, not all the time, but you might have to. Something you have to consider. And because what happens is you start putting preload in it, and mid corner it starts to understeer, or it starts running wide mid corner. So basically, that's why you get the anti-roll bar in there, so you can still get the car to rotate, and you don't have to basically run wide or completely get off the gas. So that's why I did that, and it seems to work better. The shocks, I made a few adjustments, small adjustments. The front is 10, 4, 7, 5, excuse me, and the rear is 8, 1, 6, 3. So again, that's all done by Motec, and I think they're really close, and I think it's really pretty good as far as the balance, and the shocks should be pretty spot on. The arrows got 55 in the front, 74 in the rear with a 10 rear wing, a 4 splitter, and a 4 and a 4 and the brake ducts. And again, the Porsche is the Porsche. It is what it is. I still ran faster than I've ever run here with the. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I've run faster with this setup than I have with any other setup with the Porsche. That's what I should say. Not any other car, but the Porsche. So I've beat it by a couple tenths. So, and that's with since the update. So I think that speaks for itself, and I think the car is better balanced. And you got to run it where it likes it. It likes it on the brakes, and it likes it in the corners. Obviously the straightaway is not conducive to the Porsche. But if you get the drive coming off, you saw in the race, I was able to pretty much hold everybody off. I mean, pretty much. I mean, you can hold people off. Time they catch you, it's too. And if they try to dive, they're going to wreck you. I mean, there's no way the last possible second, even if they catch you, they try to jump to the inside. You're basically both going to wreck. So you either can be defensive or outbrake them going in. So either way, and I did that. So again, I think it fits the DNA of the Porsche. At least that's my opinion. And I went to its strengths and not tried to work on its weaknesses. So again, I hope you enjoy it. I think it's a really good setup. Qualifying, it should be super low 201s or maybe even a high 20s. If you were really, really low on fuel and good conditions, again, this is, 25 degrees. So again, it depends on the conditions. And again, also, make sure your brake ducts and tires are set up for those conditions, because this is set up for basically mid-20s. So again, I'll put a link for this in the description. And, of course, I have a PayPal link in the description also if you want to help support the channel. And thank you to everybody that has. And please, comments and feedback are critical. Anything I can get from you guys, if you like it this way, I really would appreciate it. Or don't like it this way. I just trying to do this. I love this low fuel motorsports. I think it's really fun. The races are great. So much. It's tough. I mean, it's hard, but that's how you get better. At least that's my opinion. What do you all think? I mean, I really would love to hear what you all think. But to me, that's the only way you're going to get better is to get with these guys, get with guys that are really, really fast and just, see what you compete, try to improve and things like that. So I sure hope you come along with me and check it out and come along with the ride and see how far we can go and see if I can improve and see if I can get my license improved and all those kinds of things. So I hope you all like that, and it's something kind of different. And I sure hope you come back. Oh, and give me a like and a subscribe, please. And I sure hope you come back and visit again. Y'all take care. See ya.